Am I actually streaming? Yes. All right. Hi everyone. This is Kami-sama. Yes, I'm showing my human face because you humans need to see how humans live. Pardon my filthy counter. The reason I have so many jugs of water out and about is because one of my tasks today that my better half has given me is I need to change our reverse osmosis water purification filters. And so I've got those out, and I've got to drain the thing. So first off, let me go ahead and turn the water on that and start the draining of the thing, which is almost empty as it is, because I've been emptying everything. And since I'm about to be cooking pancakes, let's go ahead and wash hands. Got to make sure you wash the hands. Hand washing is always important. And since I'm using really clean water to wash my hands, that's even better. I'm going to leave that running so I have nothing in my container. Makes it easier. So, a few things first when doing this. And since I can't see myself that well, I'm going to see how it looks like if I go with the front camera and go back this way. That should be good enough. All right. So, I'm going to get my water filters out of the way. I'm going to be cheap and use a Just Add water mix. However, it's not going to be just any water I use because I'm fancy pants, right? Let's see if I can get this straightened down a bit because it looks a little crooked from my perspective, and I don't like it being crooked. Oh, look. There we go. I think that's better-ish. All right, so I'm not going to use water. Well, no, oh, you know what? I should fill this water bottle while I'm draining it. So I don't forget about it. So I'm actually going to use seltzer water. It's a little trick I've learned. It makes them kind of more like, and I hate saying this, but like there's a clown that advertises a restaurant. Kind of makes it more like their pancakes, in my opinion, which for some odd reason I am super duper fond of, as you can tell. It's like, what have I got in here, man? If I go across the border, they're trying to search me, saying, "What are you packing there, buddy? How much are you? What do they call that? Packing? How much is that mule packing, buddy?" And I'm just like, "No, I'm just fat." Bad choices. Eating at McDonald's too much. Get my water bottle filled. And I'm going to go ahead and start this to boil because I'm making tea too. So you'll see how I make tea at the end of the day too. Alright, so first off, it says 1 cup of mix. I got a cup here. I just have a 4-cup cup. And since I'm making pancakes just for me, I'm not going to bother with super duper measuring, making sure it's 100% correct, though it is 1 cup. And I guess one thing I should do before I start mixing is introduce one of my assistants. That's Jack. And Jack wants a pancake when I'm done. And then we've all met Assist-A-Cat before. He is hiding under my table. Assist-A-Cat is here to remind me of why I need an assistant. He's very helpful at helping me lose screws and small bits because he likes to jump up on things. Hey, you chill. All right, Assist-A-Cat, I was just bragging on him. Saying how much you helped me with finding things, or at least making me find things. Speaking of, okay, whatever you are on, Aussie, whatever you're on, I need you to share. Because I need that energy. Okay? I need that energy. One thing I love is these rubber silicone reusable straws, okay? I don't even remember where I got them. But I saw them and I was like, when my kids wanted straws all the time when they were little, you know, being poor and such. Which by the way, I got stories to tell there, but I decided that instead of buying straws all the time, I was just going to buy those, and they work wonders. I love them to death. And they're fairly easy to clean if you get a little bottle brush or one of these little things. You can clean them fairly easy. That, and they'll stand boiling water too. So, all right. So one thing I like to add in my mix is a little bit of vanilla. This is homemade vanilla. My wife started making homemade vanilla, and basically you use vodka and vanilla beans, and that's how they make vanilla extract. Apparently, it does the job. It tastes pretty good. So I'm going to mix this to the consistency. Oh, yes, I forgot that is carbonated water. What a mess. Drop that down there now. Woof. What a mess. And I'm going to go get something to mix it with out of my little container thing here. At least I hope I have it in here. I use this little spatula just because I like it. But I'm going to add a little bit in here. As you see, it bubbles up because, you know, it's carbonated water. And I want to mix it to the consistency I like. And right now, that is a little thick. And later tonight, I'm going to make waffles for my wife, and I think I am going to stream that as well. Show you gentlemen how to win a woman's heart by making the perfect waffles with waffle mix. Alright, so let's see here. That's about the consistency I'm looking for. Let's see, I'll get the camera down here. I kind of want it that. You still want a little bit of lumps in it. You don't want it completely smooth. We're not making a cake. We're not making brownies. We're making pancakes. It's okay for the batter to be a little lumpy. I promise you, it tastes good. All right? However, I'm going to let the carbonation in this sit and do its thing for a bit. Not terribly long. And I'm pretty sure my water is running still. All right. And I'm going to start preheating the stove. So one thing that a lot of people forget to do is to grease their pan. You can do this either by rubbing butter on it, I'm using a buttery flavored spray, or you can use cooking oil too. I mean, I usually use coconut oil, but I want a buttery flavor on my spray today. And you can also just drop oil on there and spread it over the pan. We want to make sure it gets covered. And we're going to set this on 4, which I have an ultra heat setting, which basically all that is my burner is smaller on the inside and has a little outer ring. And when I use the ultra burner mode, it uses the outer ring, which is good for this bigger pan. All right. And while I'm doing that, my water is about to heat up. So I'm going to drink down this 1 glass of tea so I don't waste any. Oh, also about to add vanilla in. You can use a measuring spoon if you want. I'll put a decent amount in because I like to taste my vanilla. Ooh, and that vanilla is strong being homemade. I would tell you this is the absolute best vanilla I've ever had. It's close to it. It's not, though. Crap, I'm trying to remember. There's this Mexican brand of vanilla that you can get from Mexico that I really like, and to me, it's the best. But, you know, to each their own. That is a close second. And I've had some fancier stuff from like Trader Joe's and stuff. But, you know, how do I put it this way? I try to be a simple person. I try not to bother people. I have a very strong philosophy. Like, you know, kami-sama is Japanese. Kami is a contextual word. It could mean God. It could mean divine. Sama could mean like Lord, Master, or whatever. Someone with dominion over something. So, hypothetically speaking, my name translates loosely to Lord God. I do it as a joke because people tell me I think I know everything, and I don't. I don't know everything. But it's something I hate saying is I don't know. So I tend to research and do a lot of things, and it's my autism superpower, I guess, is that I can find out a lot about everything. But it's probably why when I play Dungeons and Dragons, I like playing the bard characters, because they're a jack of all trades and a master of none. That's me. I'm really good at a lot of things, but mastery, I'm decent at acting. I'm not great. I was good at teaching. I wasn't great, but I wasn't a terrible teacher. Really, the only thing I'm a master of is surviving as long as I have. So I'm good at building computers. I'm good at games. I've been good at video games since I was 5 years old. I was a decent parent since both of my kids, have grown up. I mean, granted, my son still lives with me at the house, but who can blame him? I mean, heck, I was looking at a 2-bedroom house the other day for $950. And if you make minimum wage, that's like half your rent after taxes. It's a little more than over half your pay. And it's just ridiculous. You couldn't afford anything like that on a minimum wage job. Now, granted, he does make more than minimum wage. And rent has went down drastically around here because the same thing was like almost $2,000 a year ago. So things are definitely starting to be a little different. But I kind of, and how do I say this? Hispanic households, they have multi-generations in the house. I respect that. I think it's a good system. A lot of people will disagree with me and argue with me and all that, but if you really think about it, if you have a multi-generation household, all right, and mind you, all these really rich people, like the Vanderbilts and all that, they keep the wealth in the family. They all live together almost, So I kind of look at it as, some people would be like, oh yeah, there was some, and this isn't my words, this is me repeating stuff I've heard other people say, but, oh man, there was like 50 Mexicans in that 2-bedroom apartment, because they're a bunch of bigoted rednecks. But I'm sitting there looking at it, and it's like a mom and a dad, an uncle, 6 kids, and an aunt, and grandma and grandpa. Granted, that's a lot of people for a 2-bedroom apartment, but they're pulling their resources. Grandma stays home and watches the kids. Grandpa, uncle, dad, mom, and aunt are out working. They only stay in that apartment for about a year before they go buy a house because they've been saving their money. And everyone's living together, and there's a symbiosis there. You have your family values being taught to your children by family. You're not sending your kids off to strangers at a daycare. Your kids are getting instilled with values that you want. Okay? I respect that. That is 110 times % better than having to go. You get a job. You have to have someone watch your kids. You wind up spending, this is lowball numbers, $600 for 2 kids a week at daycare. And that's a lowball number. Okay? Well, if you're working minimum wage or near minimum wage, which minimum wage here in Texas, yes, I live in Texas, is still like $7.25 or $7.75. That's a good third of your paycheck almost. And then you have rent, that's half. So you're left with like maybe $500 on a single person income, right? Now, if you have 2 people, maybe a little bit, but the whole reason you have to have the second person working is to pay for the daycare and pay for all this other stuff that if you weren't working, you wouldn't have to have. So I definitely deeply respect the communities where families stay together and can stay together. I could never do that with my family because, one, I'm autistic, right? I point that out quite often. And that's because I went undiagnosed until recently in December. But number 2, mother doesn't seem to understand that I'm a grown man. So, and she's stuck on this. There's this certain subpart of people that, for some odd reason, they're stuck in medieval European thought where the older, if there's an argument between a 70-year-old and, let's say, a 30-year-old, well, the 70 years older, so they're right. It doesn't matter what they're saying. It doesn't matter if they're wrong and you can prove it. It's disrespectful to the elderly, and even if they're wrong. Like, you have a scam caller trying to tell you you have a virus and you need to go to a website. Most intelligent people know that that's a scam. Microsoft does not have people sitting behind desks calling you and saying, "Hello, my name is Bob from Microsoft, and we are having problems with your computer. You have tons of viruses." We know that no one in Microsoft is actually doing that, okay? But a lot of these elderly people don't. And then they'll go off and spend all this money trying to get their computer unlocked when they shouldn't have just followed the guy on the phone to begin with, you know? That's the kind of mentality that I'm having to deal with my parents, right? You know, I get called over to fix something, like, "Oh, I need you to work on my computer or something. I'm working on it." I don't think that's what you're supposed to do. You called me over here to do it because you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how to do it, and then you're standing over me and telling me I don't know what I'm doing. It's one of those things, right? So it's trouble letting go and letting your kids, you know, be adults. I have somewhat of that trouble, but I love my kids, so, you know, I'll let them away with murder to some degree. Let's see here. I'm trying to get a good view of my stove because I'm about to start the cooking. I want to get a good shot of that griddle there. I don't care if you see my face too much. As long as you can hear me, that's all I care about. All right. So, I'm going to go ahead. My tea boiled. Go ahead and pop that in there too while I'm here. And I only fill it to this line at the moment. Still got some water left. Got this, got my mix. Oh, you know what I almost messed up on? Cooking pancakes, I do not have a plate to put them on. You know what, I'm not going to use a paper plate. I'm going to just find china. Because my watchers only deserve the best. I'm not going to use a paper plate with you guys. You guys get the fine china. Or as I like to say, the Range House by Pancakes USA. Microwave and dishwasher safe. I love this. Pancakes USA Inc. Made in China. China. All right. We need to see if my griddle's hot enough. Let's get some water in my hands. Oh, that's the sizzle. That's a little too much sizzle. Turn it down a little bit. Grabbing my tea. All right. And only cook one pancake at a time, even on this huge thing. But I make my pancakes a little bigger. Now Jack here, he loves flapjacks. My hot water is still turned on, just so you know. Isn't that right, Jack? You wanting a pancake? Yes, you's wanting a pancake, boy. He's wanting a pancake. He is definitely wanting a pancake. Yes, you's wanting a pancake. All right. We'll see what I can do. I got bubbles showing up here. You know what? I'm just going to switch over to the front side camera right quick. Excuse me. This will make this process a little easier. So we got to make sure our bubbles are showing a little bit. Let me get some light on there real quick. Oh, wrong light. Oh, bright. I'm going to die. Okay, anyways. Let's probe the area, see if it's ready to flip. Oh, that's ready to flip. Woo! Look at that beautiful golden tint. I'm actually proud of myself. Are you proud of Daddy? You're like, I don't care what you do as long as you give me some pancakes. Am I right? You want pancakes, don't you? Do you want a pancake, Jack? Jack, you want a pancake? Is that what you want? He's so excited. He is so excited. You can't tell it. You got anything to say to people online? Ozzy, I'll give you a treat too. Oh, now you wag your tail when the camera's not on you. That's sad. All right, let's see here. Let's see how the bottom is. Not quite yet. Let that one cook a little longer. You're making me look bad, Jack. You're making me look bad. He's like, I don't care. Let's do ultra wide camera. All right. Move my trash can to a more easier spot. Like I said, Assist-A-Cat. Well, Ozzy, the kamikaze assistant cat, and Jack, my oldest friend. All right, let's see here. This should be done. Oh, look at that. It is a slight golden brown. We'll leave that a little bit more. Maybe I shouldn't have turned that heat down after all. Y'all got this? Can you flip the pancakes? I know you. You'll jump up on the stove. I know that. You've already burnt yourself once. All right, so that's our first one. I mean, it looks like that golden color, you know, that the Scottish sounding place has, right? Give me one moment right quick. And by the way, if you are watching, I do not see anything you are texting because I'm using a cell phone and not really looking at the screen that much. So I apologize in advance. All right. So these are empty boxes from Amazon on the floor, just so you know. Oh my gosh. All right. So let's cook pancake number 2. Oh yeah, that turned out light and fluffy. You want your pancake? Here you go. It's a little warm. There you go. Let me flip this and then I'll feed it to you because I know that's what you want. Better watch out, Ozzy will spill it. Come here. Here you go. You got it? Now, I don't know whether you can have pancakes, Ozzy. And plus, I don't think you'd eat them anyways. But I do got treats for you. Let's see right quick. Let's get you a treat. Come here. Oh, that's a little too many. There you go. I have to wash my hands again really quick on that. Oh. Ah, perfect. All right. Now I do feel the need to spray some more nonstick on there because that one was a little harder to get off. But the rest of this should go fairly simple. Oh, that's right. My wife said I had to make brownies today, too. So my tea here, I only put 6 cups in this 8-cup container. I only put 1 of the family-size tea bags in. Because if I put 2, it becomes way too strong. And I can't sleep at night, which becomes an issue. All right, it's time to flip. Look at that beautiful spread. I just love how golden that is. It's just absolutely beautiful. You already ate that entire pancake? Can you pick up the paper towel that I used to wipe the water up with a while ago and I didn't touch again because I didn't want to have to wash my hands, and put it in the trash for me, Jack? Can you pick that up and give it to me? No. Well, I can't pet you with my hands right now because I'm cooking. Oh, I know. It's lonely being Jack. I know, becoming an old man, it's lonely. Your kids, they all forget about you. They move off, they ignore you. Then you're just left at home all day because you have a weird sense of humor and or don't get why people get so upset about silly, stupid things. You don't get why people decide to lie about everything. What is it? You look so sad. Is it because I'm not rubbing your belly? Well, I'm cooking. You know, I can't do that while I'm cooking. Okay, fine. Who's my boy? Who's my boy? Is he my boy? Is my boy? Is that what you wanted? Is that what you wanted? You wanted Daddy to pet you. Is that what you wanted? Yes, it is. It is what you wanted. Oh. You're spoiled. You're spoiled. You're so super spoiled. But it's kind of my fault, so. What? No, no, you're not getting another pancake. No. 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 You can butter me up and tell me they're the best you've ever had. You ain't getting any more. Well, that's just kissing up. All right. And there we go. 3 beautiful, beautiful pancakes. 3 very beautiful, perfect pancakes. So I'm going to take a break to eat right quick. And when I come back, when I come back, we're going to be going under the counter and changing some water filters. All right? So I'll see you then.